Welcome to Evidence Law series. Today's topic is relevance and admissibility. When we look at whether evidence can even be considered in court, the very first question we ask is about relevance. The Evidence Act in Section 55 says evidence is relevant if it can rationally affect how a fact in issue is assessed. Now, that doesn't mean the piece of evidence has to prove the fact on its own. It just needs to move the needle. It has to make the fact either a little more likely or a little less likely. And if it can't do even that, then it has no role in the case. In other words, irrelevant evidence is automatically shut out. Think of relevance as the first hurdle. If evidence is not relevant, it is inadmissible. But even if it is relevant, that doesn't guarantee it will be admitted. The court must then check whether the evidence also satisfies other rules, such as the hearsay rule, or whether it should be excluded because of unfair prejudice. So, relevance opens up the door, but admissibility decides whether the evidence can actually walk through or not. Even when evidence is irrelevant, the judge has a safety valve in Section 135. If the risk of unfair prejudice, confusion, or wasted time outweigh its probative value, the judge can exclude it. This protects the trial process from evidence that might sway or jury for the wrong reasons or drag the case into unnecessary side issues. Section 137 goes further in criminal cases. Here, if relevant evidence has more risk of unfair prejudice than the actual probative value, then the judge must exclude it. This is not optional. It is mandatory. It reflects the high standard of fairness owed to an accused person in criminal trials. Now, another key safeguard is Section 138. Evidence obtained illegally or improperly, for example through an unlawful search, may be excluded. The judge weigh up the importance of the evidence against the misconduct in obtaining it. This reflects the principle that courts should not encourage unlawful conduct by authorities. In the case law Papakosmas versus the Queen, the High Court considered whether certain statements not made in court could still be admitted or not. The court found they were relevant because they could affect the assessment of fact in issue, and they were admissible under the exceptions provided in the Act. This can illustrate how relevance is the foundation, but admissibility relies on the statutory framework. To summarize, relevance is the gateway to admissibility basically. Without relevance, evidence is automatically excluded. But relevance alone is not enough. Admissibility depends on other rules and the court's discretion or obligation to exclude certain evidence. Always remember, relevance first, admissibility second. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.